Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're gonna try Acqua Di Gio Absolu. So as you can see, I only got a sample. Simple is like every single Acqua Di Gio, the same bottle, same thing, only the little thing Acqua Di Gio it is that's written on the bottom. For the little cardboard, like all the other ones, with the branding of the colors of specific Acqua Di Gio. Inside it shows a little bit the bottle, what it looks like, and says that it's an eau de parfum, and it's the new sensuality. And it says it's the new sensuality, and I haven't think about it like this, but it's indeed the most seductive Acqua Di Gio. The other one are more kind of clean fragrance for everyday use. I'm not at that point yet, but more everyday use or business fragrance. This one is the one that will be the best of all the Acqua Di Gio that I smelled, and it's the last one that I'm gonna review. I've smelled like 4 of them, so it will be the one that's the best for daily purpose. Anyway, now we're gonna try to smell. First note that I'm picking up on the paper, it's bergamot. But I would say it's bergamot, kind of an aquatic vibe that's coming. There's, of course, C note. I'm picking up like a fruity note that it's like grapefruit, but it seems like a sweet grapefruit. Probably the pear and the apple are kind of together with it. And I know there's a tonka bean note that probably makes it sweeter. And I'm picking up some fresh aromatic note, really hidden in the background. And I see there's a lavender and a rosemary note, and I would assume that it's that specific note that I'm picking up. I will expand on it a little bit, but I don't think lavender and rosemary are actually 2 notes, but it's 1 note with 2 facets on it. On my skin, what I'm picking up, the strongest note straight from the beginning is seawater. It's really an aquatic fragrance, though through its life it will change, and it doesn't stay an aquatic fragrance. There's some tonka bean that's really present from the beginning through the end of the fragrance. There's some bergamot, some grapefruit, some lemon that I'm picking up, but there's also the note of pear that I don't really pick up on paper, but on my skin is the strongest fruity note I'm picking up in the fragrance. Then as the fragrance keeps going, the citrus notes are kind of disappearing, and there's a more aromatic note that's coming, which is the lavender and the rosemary. And it's hard to figure out if it's rosemary, if it's lavender, which one it is. And I would say it's linalool that it's put inside of it. It's linalool kind of has an in-between with like rosemary, lavender. It has facet of it because linalool is actually an ingredient that is, I don't know if it's made synthetically or if it's taken from it, but it's present naturally in both lavender and rosemary. And I think they are the 2, like if you take the essential oil, they're the 2 essential oil with the highest amount of linalool. There's probably other stuff with linalool, but those 2. So I think it's the linalool that interact with other stuff that will makes it more lavendery, more rosemary, and basically that's in the heart notes. This is the note that I'm picking up the most. It stays still like aquatic and tonka bean based, but the linalool really gets present. Then as it keeps going, at one point the seawater note disappear and tonka bean become more present. Not more present, but it's just the strong note that's left in the fragrance. And at that point there is some woody note that's there, and there's also amberwood note and labdanum note. It feels almost leathery, so this is what the labdanum would smell in fact. And it's not quite leathery, it's ambery, but that kind of have a little leather facet to it, and of course the tonka bean. And for me, this fragrance, you know, there's fragrance like La Nuit de l'Homme, and As I Wanted, and all those fragrances that got really popular. And I feel this fragrance, it was their way of trying to get that market a little bit. And this is what I'm seeing with the tonka bean. And even though I think it's kind of weird how they try to make it fit within an aquatic fragrance, I still think it's a really nice fragrance for an Acqua Di Gio. And I would say it's the best Acqua Di Gio that I smelled. Longevity of the fragrance is pretty good, will last the whole day. Production is average, a little bubble around you, people will be able to smell you. And for the complete note breakdown, top notes are C note, bergamot, pear, grapefruit, apple, and lemon. Heart notes are lavender, rosemary, and geranium. And the base notes are woody notes, tonka bean, patchouli, amberwood, and labdanum. Where I would see this fragrance, I don't think it will be really good as a business fragrance. It wouldn't be bad. It just wouldn't be really good. It has some of the thing you're looking for in that kind of fragrance. And if you want only one fragrance, that's good for everything. And you like aquatic fragrance, this one might be good. But it's not something I would recommend specifically for that purpose. As a dating fragrance, it would be good if you like aquatic fragrance, this would be a good one. But if you don't really like aquatic fragrance and you just want a fragrance that's good for dating, it's not the one I would recommend either. But if you like the Acqua Di Gio line and you want a dating fragrance, this is the one I would say you should look into, because it's the one that's more suited for that kind of purpose, that has more the seductive vibe, like sweet and stuff like that. In the winter summer spectrum, I would say it's a little bit in between. I would say maybe a bit more towards summer than winter, but it wouldn't be like for outside and heat and everything that good for summer. It wouldn't be bad, it just wouldn't be that good. And in winter it wouldn't smell at all, probably, or not, almost not at all if you go outside in winter. And finally, for an everyday fragrance, I think it's good. It would be nice. It lasts the whole day. It's a DNA that is used and reused, and that, we know it's going to be good. It's the kind of fragrance that usually people wear at work, so wouldn't be weird to wear that fragrance at work. It will be pretty much what it's made for. And I think the Acqua Di Gio line is made for people that only wear one fragrance. I'm not saying that if you wear more than one fragrance, if you're in a collection, it's a bad brand, but it's sometimes some fragrance, it's obviously made for people that have more than one, and this one is the opposite. It's made obviously for someone that only have one fragrance. But it could be nice as an everyday fragrance. It smells aquatic in the beginning, it's changed to its life. It's not a drastic change, but it still is really present change. So it's interesting, especially for an Acqua Di Gio. You won't smell the same through the day, and it will last the whole day. Really, it's a great Acqua Di Gio. It's a great fragrance also for everyday. And who I would see it with this fragrance, I would see, like every Acqua Di Gio, someone that like Acqua Di Gio, but maybe someone that like aquatic but wants something different. I don't see any specific person that will wear it like. I would see someone that like aquatic, wants something a little bit different, but not crazy, that still want to be in that designer style of fragrance, and that wants something that smells good, lasts long, project in nice way, not crazy, just average. Someone that wants just a nice fragrance to be able to wear every day. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If it's okay, well, like and share. If you tried this fragrance or any other Acqua Di Gio, tell me what you think about it. So, thanks for watching, and see you soon.